Today I'm going to go through my ultimate guide in order to make fat loss as easy as possible. And ultimately, all the guys that I've worked with, over 500 guys now, in order to absolutely get in mental shape and then stay in shape, these are the exact same principles that I use with them. So if they can do it, you can as well. Let's get into it. Right guys, part one of the ultimate guide in order to make fat loss easy as possible. And that is creating a plan that you can execute even on your worst week. So first 2 to 4 weeks of anyone working with me, we're not trying to break world records, we're just trying to basically set you up so you're actually doing something you can do even when everything else in life's going completely wrong. So the reason why we do this is, one of the biggest problems that I see is guys will get this absolutely mental plan in their head, they'll get in the all or nothing mentality, they'll set everything up, they'll go an hour of cardio a day, 5 weight sessions a week, motivated. Goes well for a few weeks, they see a result as well, get kind of motivated, but it ends up being too much too soon. Something else happens, you know, life throws them a curveball, they fall off completely, and then they think, oh, there's no point in me even fucking trying here, so I'm just gonna go back to what I did before, which was nothing. So that's why first 2 to 4 weeks, create a plan you can even do on your worst week. Whatever you think you can do, make it 40% easier. I'm being serious, like super easy, okay? What you'll often find is, even though you may think at first this is going to be too easy, like I might not even get a result, you'll actually get a result because it's that easy. You'll actually find out that you probably didn't need to push as hard as you thought you did. It's just a case of being consistent, okay? Okay, part number 2 is make it flexible. So essentially, as humans, we all crave some level of flexibility, freedom, but we also know that we need structure. We also crave that a little bit as well. Now, obviously you need a plan. You need to know steps, fluid intake, cardio, weight training, you know, a bedtime. You need a level of structure there, otherwise it's going to be very difficult to basically get results. If you haven't got structure, it's then very difficult. You're always having to think about what you've got to do every single day, and it's very difficult to build any habits. However, if you are consistently doing the same thing every single day, and I mean like every day for like a month, 2 months, 3 months, chances are you're going to fall off because it's not sustainable even in the short term. So when I say add an element of flexibility, what I mean by that is, let's say for example, you set up and you've got your calorie and protein goal, which by the way is going to get you 99% of the results with regards to nutrition. You set up your calorie and protein goal and you have a meal plan that you follow 5 days out of 7. Well, then other 2 days, what you need to be doing is, if you want to eat something off the plan, you can do it, you can still get a sick result, but what you need to be doing is making sure it still fits your overall calorie goal, protein goal. That's where the flexibility lies. That's where you can have other things that aren't necessarily what you eat in your day to day, and it just makes it a hell of a lot easier to stick to. And we know that flexible dieting to an extent is going to make it a lot more enjoyable, and you can still get a mega result. So that'd be tip number 2, keep it flexible. Part 3 is you want to build momentum. So after you've obviously had the first 2 to 4 weeks of behavior change, where it's like you've got a plan in place that you can complete on your worst week, and you've built some momentum there in terms of confidence, you've probably built some momentum in terms of progress as well. Now you're in a position where you can really sort of fire things up. Now you can start like what you might call your official fat loss phase. Get some goals in mind, put some deadlines on it, and you can maybe even what we call drop the hammer. So like bring food down, okay? And this momentum is going to get you motivated. When you're motivated, you want to push on more. It's going to increase accountability, it's going to increase results, and you're going to enjoy the process as well, okay? So enjoying the process of making this easy isn't just about flexible dieting and fitting donuts into your calories. It's actually about getting a result. End of the day, no one likes losing. You want to win, you want to get a result. So after the first 2 to 4 weeks, you've shown yourself you can stick to it on your worst week, drop the hammer. This might mean, like I said, increasing cardio, adding a total of 1 hour cardio spread amongst the week. You know, that might be spread over 5 sessions, what have you. You might increase your step count from 8,000 to 10,000, so 20% increase there. Sorry, 25% increase there. And then you might also do something like, with your food, you might bring down carbohydrates in every meal other than before and after training. Because obviously with the training side of things, you want to make sure you're feeling fresh, energetic in there, and you want to be recovering from that as much as possible. Having carbohydrates around there is a pretty smart idea. So that's point number 3, building momentum. Point number 4 is creating input related wins that will then drive the outcome related goal. So what I mean by that is calendar in your kitchen, if you got one, put a red cross on there every day that you hit your fluid intake, hit your calorie goal, and do whatever exercise you was meant to do. Okay, input related goals are very much, it brings you back to the behavior change phase, but really like the biggest focus, when you put the biggest focus on there, it stops you from getting overwhelmed, it stops you from overthinking, and it makes the process a lot more enjoyable and a lot more easy. So like literally just focus on, right, have I had my fluid today? Have I done X number of steps today? Have I gone to the gym today? Have I gone to bed on time? Okay, so like these little things, hold yourself accountable with them. Crosses on the calendar, like I said, or you can put them on your phone screen as well. You could literally just put a list of your daily to-dos on there, have them as the goal rather than the body weight all the time, and that'll make it a lot more digestible and a lot easier going through each day and each week. Point number 5 to making fat loss as easy as possible, and that is utilize accountability. So there are essentially 4 levels of accountability, right? And each one is going to help you slightly more than the last. So the first one is holding yourself accountable. So like I said on that last point with the input related goals and putting stuff on your phone screen, having your calendar, things like that, weighing yourself daily. These are all things that are going to help you hold yourself accountable each day, okay? And you need to do them because ultimately you don't want to have a coach 10 years down the line. You want to be able to do this shit forever on your own, right? That's the ultimate goal. But that's accountability level number 1, okay? It's pretty powerful, it's helpful, it's good. Accountability level number 2 is a peer, a friend, family member, telling them what you're doing and saying, hey, if I'm not doing stuff that's aligned with that, give me a bit of shit, okay? That's slightly better again still, because what happens there is you've now vocalized it, you don't embarrass yourself, you want to make sure that you do the shit you said you're going to do, okay? As humans, we value consistency, not just in other people, but in ourselves. If we say we're going to do something, kind of want to do it, otherwise we feel pretty bad, right? So that's accountability level number 2. Accountability level number 3 is having a community or having other people that are on the same journey as you and holding each other accountable. When you are around people that are doing the exact same thing as you just get better via osmosis. You just being around them. If you're with 5 other guys that are all trying to lose 10 kg and you're all doing it together, if they're all smashing it, you want to smash it too. If you tell them that your goal is to lose 5 kilos in the next 5 weeks, you're going to want to do that, okay? So that's another level above, okay? And they might know some things that you might not know as well, so they might be able to help with some expert guidance. The 4th level of accountability is having a coach or a mentor. So that's someone that's been there and done it, like moi, who also has expert knowledge, like moi, and then can also give you some shit, hold you accountable, tell you what to do, give you all the tools, support, and train you on how to basically think like them, like moi, in order to do this stuff for the rest of your life. So to conclude, that was the ultimate guide in order to make fat loss easy. Point number 1 was create a plan that you could even do on your worst week. Point number 2 was make it flexible. Point number 3 was start to build momentum, drop the hammer. Point number 4 was have input related wins for the output related goals. And then point number 5 is maximize accountability. Listen, if you're still here, you obviously found this video useful, and if you would like our help directly, drop me a DM on Instagram. I'll bang the link below in the description. I'll speak to you in a bit.